March 14th, 9:21 p.m.
I left the mass the second investigation to Francisca and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue.
Mr. Edge.
Just Edge.
So, Kay, what's the situation? What's the fucking situation?
It's great. Investigating is so much fun.
In other words, they've made absolutely no progress.
The niggas ain't did shit.
Oh shit, I'm here? We weren't goofing off, honest sir. We've been investigating our hearts out.
Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation?
We've really had a fun time, sir.
I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe,
Yes, sir.
you have permission to enter the Alabastrian Embassy, is that correct?
Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the pink princess's mask.
The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
The kind that was also playing the role of Pink Badger yesterday.
Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere.
He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either.
Are you really going to throw that autograph away?
Yes, because that Seal Samurai was a fake.
He wasn't my Steel Samurai.
Wait, what? What do you mean by fake?
Now then,
Imposter.
I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence removed, remaining evidence has been rearranged. Fuck! I took one step down.
You can
Where
go
are you
that way. That's
going?
one screen.
I didn't realize they weren't in my way. Ah, it's Dukas. I don't know why I keep calling that when my voice is not Duke at all. Ah, see, back Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you like.
You can have whatever you like.
And these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to the ball. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabaster Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that. Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire at the Yadagrasu started. Exactly. Ambassador Polano, I'd like to ask you a little bit more about the Prime Dew statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabas and Babal used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Prime Dew statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol for sovereignty. And the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabaster and Babal are to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Prime statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Polano knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Nigga, fuck that. Ambassador Polano, there's just one more thing I'd like to ask you. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what you do. Fuck. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, I had to put it in one word. A bitch, an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, he was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cochin has a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy, since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council. Cuck? Oh, I'm sorry. He's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, has the nice events proceeded without a hitch. Our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Ambassador Polano, if you could take a look at this for me. The Prime Duke statue sitting in Alabaster right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Carver about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Prime Duke statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself, and it is definitely Alabaster's statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was able to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight.
Not today.
To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because I'm gonna kill you. You already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? Right?
The killer will find out.
If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic?
Can we check out that door over there?
You can check out...
These nuts. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective.
Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir.
So, what did you find out?
Well...
I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual.
Ass fucking per.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Palano.
Oh? And what is this something interesting?
These nuts.
Wow, that's so pretty! I'm so jealous! That's a real treasure in there.
Why does the flame burn green, Detective?
So apparently, if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir.
Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out.
Hey, Gummy! What about these silhouettes?
That's my favorite Naruto opening. They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it project the images.
Oh? Silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation.
Hey, what's wrong, sir?
There's something I want to investigate from me. I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much?
Uh-huh. You got it, sir.
Oh, sorry. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner.
Aw, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as the assistant.
I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this.
Edgeworth's choice is gay or pedophile.
Where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country.
That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of people and the things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastrian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste.
Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is that?
My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use?
There is a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here.
Okay, come on, you're too young.
Thinking, they have concerts here in this open-air stage from time to time, right?
Alright, I'll find its owner later.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
What is this?
It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind, and I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day, I'd be able to make some use of in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you.
That would be crazy if The ambiguous race woman would still use that perfume after it got her caught in the last time.
I don't.
Where's Lotta Hart?
We need her.
I think I'll be returning to the investigation at Alabas now, but
I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there.
Use your domain expansion.
did you guys notice Alabast, Babal, and Cadopia ABC?
Oh my god.
Wow, you did it again with your localization.
What about that one, Borginia? That's two B's, right?
Nigga.
Oh man, wait!
they go swimming in that pond?
To the names in Spirit of
I
Justice.
swear to God, they just be making shit up. Anyways. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect that much from Scruffy and that girl.
That
Shut
girl.
that shit up.
The investigation into Manny Koshin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who could really traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that is when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was a fire at the Babalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence.
That's on period.
The water, bruh.
What the fuck?
Let's check out the water, bruh.
Check out my...
Have you finished checking out all the bastards?
Yes, sir! And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light. Sir!
Oh fuck, not the light.
Fucking nigga. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sir! Not a single thing, sir!
Ain't shit.
B-R-U-H. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
Agent Lang,
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
After I left, did you receive a word from Ambassador Alba?
We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from the case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. On period. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Please?
You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Oh God, I saw the thief alright, with my own two shits. Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's Yatagarasu" rang out or some other dumb shit. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found out the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing's for certain. Yatagarasu was here.
So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette?
Yes.
Useless.
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that your shadow belonged to someone else.
Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there were no one else with the same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. So shut that ass up. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. Alright, fight that again.
See no hear no evil. Black writings on the wall.
Unleash a million faces.
Hey, sorry, friends, cut it out.
There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance.
It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used for putting out fires.
Fired! I see. Oh? The pool stopped filling itself automatically.
The fountain spouts are said to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level.
If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level, which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case.
Whoa.
It's a mermaid.
My nigga.
Nigga's face be killing me.
Ah!
Christ.
How dare you surprise me like that?
I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. My throat. Thanks for what you did back there.
He had a rose petal caught in his throat. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment.
Man, I know that. You really think I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
Yes.
Alright then. Did you, by chance, fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy?
Your son?
I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last...
Child in danger.
You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway?
Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Nigga.
Larry, this is the first I've ever heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother?
You heard of Rihanna?
Mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess.
The pink princess?
Which one?
Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's word for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant.
Yep, because I'm the steel samurai through and through, heart and soul. And I totally clapped Old Bag's cheeks on accident. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son.
She didn't take off the mask, so I couldn't know.
You have given a whole new phrase, a whole new meaning to the phrase, an outstanding fool.
Also, I'm pretty sure Old Bag is at an age where she can't have kids.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit's still kicking.
Anyways,
That's
Larry.
that lad B right there.
I just know she's ovulating.
Still good after all these years.
This is not what we
Like
want
I
to be
never
talking
know.
about.
Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant, but rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there.
Good
Sounds
last
good.
drop.
In that case, I'll go search over there.
Hey, wait!
Idiot.
Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The statue bears a resemblance to the Prime Dew statue.
The plaque says King Primeval and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primeval put his life on the line and went to war.
So Prime Dew was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend.
Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that too. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring the water.
It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primeval. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin.
I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject.
What really casts the shadow of the Yatagarasu?
Can we scroll?
Yes. Only those are the only other two pictures. Though.
Oh, well,
I mean, yeah.
it's
The chance is there.
You said what?
assuming it's the left one.
Oh, that, oh yeah, because the what's it, the leaf thing on the side as well.
Wait.
But it's not really facing the right direction.
Yeah.
What the heck? Go to the right. It's one of them.
It's one of these things on the screen.
It's one of these.
I mean, based on the angle that they showed us earlier, I'm assuming like it would probably be this one.
Yeah, the statue.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's that one.
Face.
Yeah, the statue.
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu.
You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture.
What do you mean by only one part?
What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow?
So what do you guys think? Huh?
I already said the leaf.
You think the leaf? Hey, you probably right.
Yeah. Probably the leaf in the water ejaculating.
Francisco, if you could take a look at this, don't you find it a bit suspicious?
Not at all.
My honest
that's
reaction. As I thought. For you see, I was merely testing you just now.
We have no time to waste on your pompous talk. So get on with your explanation already.
Effort.
Not not three lashings.
Man, that's kind of hot. Can imagine her in like Rouge's outfit when she's doing that too.
Okay.
We're still looking at the statue, but not the leaf.
Dang. Oh, we go to the left one. Statues combine it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go.
I guess. Yeah.
It's another statue.
The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues.
Made? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared,
Do you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu shadow?
precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of the King Primedew statue on the battlefield. The shadow of the King's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light on the Queen who spoke of love to King Primedew, a silhouette will also appear on the backdrop to the stage.
Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape?
Calm down, Franziska. The way the light needs to be shown in the Queen's statue is wrong.
Sorry.
Would you say?
I ain't say shit. Anyways.
What do you mean by that?
I believe that the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow.
Only one part?
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow.
Why didn't you say that in the first place?
You're right. I apologize.
Now, what part of the Queen statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu shadow?
Now, can we look at the leaf?
No, it's her hand.
Which hand?
Which one? Which one?
The one that's in the shape of the thingamabob.
And that
On
one
the
is
top.
The right one.
And that one is... Okay, yeah.
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of?
Ah!
That's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand.
Owie.
Franziska, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand?
Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's...
Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw.
The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished.
Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning.
So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabasta tonight. The only country that the thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabasta.
An accomplice? But who?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice.
Yay! Give me the health
Damn,
back.
we're good. Damn, we're good. Damn, we're good.
And the investigation
Damn, we're
going.
good.
Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Aldegrasu?
Fuck no. I left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. My only target from the very beginning is the Yatagoratsus. So yeah,
So, what have you found out?
I got a piece of evidence.
May I see it?
Sure, but you might regret it.
We're here because we're ready to face whatever may come. So
Pause.
if you please.
Pause. A character like Bad saying pause is funny.
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international.
Yes, sir. Finally, the gumshoe death scene.
And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. Or something like that. She gave me an interesting picture.
A journalist?
Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her.
What in the world?
Oh, God, that's
He's
cool.
floating in the air.
He's pulling his cock out.
The Yatagarasu is flying through the air.
The times, they are a-changing. It's not just man. But evidence. Even they lie to us now.
When was this photo taken?
20 minutes ago. Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from.
I see. So this was taken after the fire.
Yep. You're welcome. I am that figure. The blur in the picture took off from the Babalis embassy. Flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of Alabast. It is meant to go yelling.
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with the case involving a flying person once.
Factor Cap.
Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually.
Previous games, if you want to know more.
Look at Phoenix changing his lives. Viewpoints online. He's
Black
truly
lives.
Okay.
Man with a solo disc.
Maybe it happens more often than we think. Maybe
Nigga
niggas
would
Am
be
I up
spamming
to-
Nagatama.
I haven't been to Florida yet, so who knows?
Hey, wait till Ace Attorney goes to Broward County.
You need to
Wow.
get Europe and start going over there.
Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Turnabout O Block. Well, the other girls who took off from the Balbali's embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to Babal and to the fuck me. Fuck you.
To Bohemian Rhapsody.
Alright, I guess.
Well, bye. Bye. Bye.
Bro.
I'll continue investigating on this side of the building.
Alright, I'm counting on you.
Bro, it's gonna be like that one episode. It's gonna be like in Transformers when it's just like it switches from like the Autobot symbol to the Decepticon symbol, but it's just like the different flags of the countries.
Autobots and
Wow.
Decepticons together.
Welcome back.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. Yes, let's.
Welcome back. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
As need. Let's get moving.
Let's get moving. Where did they go? A nigga just hanging around the walls. Look at all that.
Smiling white as shit as always. With no
in
one
this
here.
dark ass room.
To think that after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
It would appear that way.
At least you're not in jail.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth.
Please.
Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Plano, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Adagarasu.
One thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright?
Mr. Polano.
Kill
Actually-
yourself.
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take a look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything.
Polano, you're a total gentleman.
You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey. No.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh.
Those two sure got to chum me awfully quickly.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah. Came into his room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing was Mr. Cochin's killer.
We don't know that yet, however, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved.
Knew it. That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This kinda looks like the person in the long coat that I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how that person is escaped.
Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Motherfucker. Oh my fucking... I don't know.
Works. I mean, what? Why does
Now
he
then,
look-
Ambassador,
I'm on his line.
I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight. Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it either. Or, fuck. We had 2 fires here at the embassy, at the Babalese embassy tonight. What a bother all that was.
Fire we know about, and that was the one after the Jam and Ninja show.
You're right. Well, the first occurred at the Gem and Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the German Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken?
Barely right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out.
I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out.
Damage in the second fire.
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Poleno.
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Very well, yes. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up, and then I brushed my teeth, and after that I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. So, what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the German Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the primitive statue and the Bubbly's knife are set down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
Bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, huh?
About that, I kinda forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm a creep without Manny's here. I'm guessing I'm a creep without Manny here to get angry at me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, let you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Apparently, orders go up the chain of command around here. That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did after this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the theatre together, the Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After that show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for the handshake photo op with the German Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again until after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in the eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Plano, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be more of assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Bacon. It appears this area was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get examining everything.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
Alright, guys, let's check out that ink thing right there on the table.
That's facts.
I agree.
There is a bottle of Babali's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk.
There's still a lot of ink left inside.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Polino, it looks like your precious Bubbly's ink is alright after all.
What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there's something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received my reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, wet crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Babali's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire. So that's why I was surprised to find out that there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about it, mystery.
What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Alright. This time...
Look at that dude doing the cringe ass nay nay in his death pose.
I won't rest until I have cockaball. Alright,
Yeah, but look at a drawer, so cool. You wanna fuck it? Can we open that drawer? Is that possible?
Oh, yeah.
It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit.
I suppose we really should take a look.
Let's take a look.
The deuce is now available.
We also have a note that's in the same shape as that, don't we?
We do?
Or am I capping?
Oh, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
Okay. So what if we
Oh,
deduce that?
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Is this spot somehow connected to any evidence I hold?
The badge, obviously.
I don't know, you tell me, Edgeworth.
Urethra! What? What'd you say, Blue?
Blue?
Nah, it just sounded like someone cocked a gun in the background. It's like, who has the fucking...
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, right! What is it? It looks like something straight out of the Monument Valley.
Ah, yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see? Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. Would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure
Came
that...
out of my exact.
I say, holding my hands up. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Polano, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. I still think that's the funniest line delivery in that movie, just from his body language alone. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case...
Did you figure something out?
This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask, the sequel.
Damask Mark II? Then this note?
Yes, it was a request from Mr. Koshin for Damask II to steal the Primadou statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Primadou statue?
Which is actually ours?
We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Koshin? Yes, I can gather a few to give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of a statue? There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be a great help, Ambassador.
Tells him nothing.
I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Koshin hired the mask too. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's event.
Because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Baba's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Koshin know that about Baba's Primadou statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it, it'll be alright. We gon' be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Cadopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
He's a criminal.
Mr. Koshin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or ever will be. I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect that he had an ulterior motive in the mind beyond just simple kindness.
Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Listen to my remix.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information I requested?
Oh, got it all right here, sir.
I got the rope right here.
Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What is this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
Oh, it's nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
He's not.
Wow. You two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
Hell no.
What do you mean?
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is a truly wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
You bet. So, what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes.
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon?
Oh, you mean Little Thief? Ha! You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation.
I need a crutch. I need a crutch.
From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
You got it. Alright, here we go. Dark skies of the evening, when no other bird dares to take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of the real modern-day Robin Hood.
Cosplayers, I swear.
Chaos control!
It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape routes the person K saw used as well. Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about?
This is the power of the true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation.
Bro, this crime scene wants to be trauma team so bad, bro.
This grandfather clock. It was apparently in a different position before the fire.
According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock right now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Ambassador Polano, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure, go on right ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of a wire, so this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Polano that put that wire in there.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did it.
That's
The
cab.
bomb?
It looks like one of those bubbly's knives was already missing before the fire began.
So it would seem, especially since the other two knives handles were burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think?
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Polano saw.
With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Just run through the fire, forehead.
Kay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out, or something by that time.
Then this fire in here is only burned from the time the floor started Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor. Until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Polano was just lucky enough he didn't run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, the person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But then, what did that person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is, the person burnt. Wherever it is the person burned, it made a rather sizable fire.
And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right?
No.
Oh, that
It's a bit
kush.
thinner than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green.
I
Which
do
fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as the green flames?
believe the text, clearly.
Go left.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
The text. Go left.
Now he's
Click on that,
colorblind. Choose the fire.
the
Oh.
bottom right object.
Mm-hmm.
This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the wick crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah, that's totally the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames are caused by wick crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there's only one other thing made of wick crystal oil.
Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Polano was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I
Ketchup.
suppose. I'll explain in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wick crystal oil that Ambassador Polano was mistaken about.
Was it the ink?
Bop, 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 bop. Yes, bop, bop, bop.
Bubbly's ink is made from wick crystal oil.
Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Bubbly's ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on the desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah, I'm beginning to feel real energy coming from you now, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I finally found it, the smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Bubbly's ink, this is the source of the green flames.
Go left.
What does the paper say? Next.
The testimony.
Come back. Go to the left. Oh, them racks. What's the
it's
top
the
left?
Some money?
Yeah, them racks. Sorry.
Oh, these are made in ink.
What would consume that great a volume of ink to be... The counterfeit bills that smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhangfa.
You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made all those counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe you could even go as far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed! Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well.
No.
Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crimes. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct?
Yup. Sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir.
Also helped start both fires, sir.
But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the Gumshoe. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp.
Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh.
Well, he's a dumbass, so.
Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic?
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Barbalese embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused more panic. Some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal.
Yeah. All they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. Which is me. But that's not enough to make a positive idea, you know?
Still, it was enough to make people who received the calling card panic even more.
I guess.
A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw.
The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also a suspect.
You can't be serious! Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto you.
So the Yatagarasu appeared, causes mass confusion, killed Mr. Cochin, then disappeared. Doesn't elaborate, leaves. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did. But, well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with and was lost for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective?
I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Cool, I guess.
Is that a fact?
Yeah. It was when I was lost and wandering around in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon.
Bless you.
Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got there before I did.
I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the next room, the room next door. Yeah, I read that correctly.
Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, apparently she helped put in... What? She helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Well, why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? What do you mean, why are you... Because he's talking about you, bro.
We've examined everything in this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Polano about it. Ambassador Polano, there's something I'd like to ask. There's something... Can you... Just tell me, bro. Yes? About this office, it appears to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastrian side of the embassy? Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even when the art is located in the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
I mean, for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninjas?
Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that? What's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of the ball's excessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Logic time.
Quite
Can't
like
wait.
connecting dots. Anyways.
Alright.
you know what to do, brain
Bilateral
cells.
bilateral
bias.
symmetry. And then connected fireplaces.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da-da.
The bias.
This game wants to be Danganronpa 2 so bad.
Except we're not on surfboards.
We should have a compilation of every time Darian says this game wants to be.
Wow, no. Someone else can make that. The Alabastrian and Babali sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. Well,
Well,
Oh, my bad.
that sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Wow. There was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir?
what? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace.
It looks just like another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again?
In Alabast, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see. I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Stop!
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
It doesn't match up with what Mr. Polino said earlier.
What is the meaning of this contradiction?
Oh, you know what that means? Deduce that bitch.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I possess?
Let's click on that fireplace.
Oh my god, we have a fireplace?
No.
Frick!
Go to the page. Ooh, what that paper say again?
I didn't know we had a fireplace, bro. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that-
Like, they're burning shit in the
You know,
fireplace.
like, just said
But
it
they're
contradicted with what she said.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that sequence of talking was. Ambassador Polino, you said that you burned some old files in the fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, nice, gas myself up. Take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go?
Question mark.
You don't really think that Ambassador Palino would allow him, do you?
The fuck? No, there's no reason for him to lie, and I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Kay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
You got the ashes from the burnt files, and
It's the fireplace's fault, man.
sounds like we pretty much figured out everything now, huh?
No.
Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know?
There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Logic time.
You think the renovations made the missing ashes or the revolving fireplace?
Let's do the missing asses first.
I think I'll put the ashes with the fireplace.
Let's see, what does the fireplace say?
Use the revolving fireplace wall. I need to examine it more. Maybe Old Bag has the ashes, yeah.
Oh yeah, because they walked through that bitch and the ashes went with them. Because that's how ashes work, right, guys?
Yeah, man. Do that.
Do you agree, Tablez?
Yep.
Allah Akbar.
The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
Because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Paleno said that he spilled some bubbly ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere.
What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Kojin's killer. And after committing this murder, escaped through the fireplace.
Edgeworth, you figured out the escape route.
I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down.
Yo, could we, or no, it's probably too advanced. So I was gonna say Sheena and escaped, but I don't know if that's true.
Facts.
It's not a little too soon for that idea?
If it was too soon, I would have said it's too advanced for what the game wants.
What do you think, Tablez?
I guess, my nigga.
I mean, she basically looks like 2B near Automata, so she might as well behave like her too.
No cap. Yeah, I fuck with it.
I don't know what the fuck that even means. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape to the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room.
Yeah, exactly. Shigan Shop.
Swose.
Swouse!
Well, the person that was in the next room was. Oh shit! Who is that person, sir?
Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena.
It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Kojin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us.
We go ask Miss Sheena herself.
Gets arrested again.
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damas 2's note.
Okay. I'll get the lab boys on that right away.
Dick Kong. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
That fat ass?
Right, now, sir.
No, next dick. Of course now! We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on, Gummy. You can do it.
Alright. I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back.
His head is gonna get stuck.
You shouldn't need to psych us up that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Alright.
Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn.
He's still not gonna fit though.
Neat. Now I want to try going through there too.
There, it really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed to the other room. Furthermore, the Babalese ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
The fire?
Huh? All that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through.
Nigga. Yes, sir.
We pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Yadagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the key misused still 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies.
Mr. Edgeworth.
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted.
What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said it's easy. If you follow the leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay?
If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help you with that. Then, all you'd have to do is show off your fancy smashy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused, like a laser, on what only seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Kay.
That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know?
First video.
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake.
Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
I'm gonna draw Kay, but blackwash her so she's more accurate to her character.
Nigga.
Yo.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back.
Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective.
That fireplace is kind of cool.
When we just came in, he was just covered in soot, and it's like, is that blackface, dude?
Bruh. Are you alright, Gummy? You might want to clean that off.
I'm okay. Just a little bit of ash and dust, that's all.
I'm just blackface.
He finds one of the samurai dogs, and like the ketchup gets stuck to his lips
Oh god.
while the soot is on his face.
Nah, that's crazy.
Awful.
Your your jacket has gotten quite filthy, I see. I see the hem has practically been turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir.
You have more
If
than
it was a
one.
coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but, you know, bruh.
Wearing a dirty coat? When
I
was the last time you washed that thing?
I see. Very well then, as you wish.
So, because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right?
Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact.
And that is...
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theater Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena.
Cool, I can finally go to the bathroom.
Table, shut the fuck up.